Super Bowl champion, a future Hall of Famer, the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers, Mike Tomlin.
What's up, Coach? How you doing? It's good to see you.
I'm sweating my ass off. I appreciate you.
Yeah. He gets it. Yeah, he gets it.
Yeah. Coach, you can use this one if you want to. Coach, first of all, thank you so much for stopping by.
Here we go.
Man, how do you not love that?
I know. It's real. It's very real. When you were hired as a head coach 45 years ago, you look the exact same. Shout out. I guess cliches are real in certain things. Yeah. I guess that is a real thing. I've aged, like a grape over the last few years. You knew what Pittsburgh was. I think you knew what it was. But the way you have embraced this city, we see you at Penguins games. I think you're even stopping by Pirates games. I feel like you call yourself a Yinzer and consider yourself a Yinzer. What is it like to be a part of this every single year? And is it like a perspective putter about how great these fans are every training camp?
I'll tell you this. First, it never gets old. I have the same level of excitement that I had in 07, probably even more so, to be quite honest with you. I love being a Pittsburgher, man. My kids grew up in Pittsburgh. They call Pittsburgh home. I'm proud to call it home. I drink the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, absolutely. And with that Kool-Aid, you understand the city. You understand the expectations. I'm not going to say anything you probably don't know. It got loud there for a little bit. And obviously you were asked by Kyle Brandt about having a winning record every single year. And you had a great line, something along the lines like these guys were in baby seats, I think, whenever they were in car seats whenever you were growing up. It did get a little bit loud. Do you hear that stuff? Do you block it out? How much does that affect your day-to-day life or how you go about your business?
I hear it, but I don't because, I'm here to win. I share the same sentiment, the same level of pissed offness. That's just who I am. And so, I don't take it personally. It's motivation for me. I'm here to deliver for them.
Omar Khan, vastly different than Colbert. Seemingly, from the outside looking in. What are your thoughts on it? Because Tone and I have chit-chatted about how this is so abnormal. First of all, you're not going to like that this is going to happen because it was probably a very difficult decision because you know the person personally. We just mentioned it. You firing a coordinator mid-season never happened in the history of the Pittsburgh Steelers, okay? That was a big conversation for us. In the offseason, free agency, never really a thing for the Pittsburgh Steelers. This year, making moves. Bringing in, obviously, Aaron Rodgers, who you texted for a couple of months. How does it feel this way of doing things versus maybe what it had always been with the Pittsburgh Steelers?
I'm not resistant to change. I don't think you can do what I've done as long as I can do it being resistant to change. And so I try to be open to doing things differently, to taking a different approach. It's refreshing for me. I'm excited by it. Certainly made moves that we deem necessary in the effort to position ourselves to be what they need and want us to be.
Yeah, hell yeah. AJ has a question for you, Coach.
Coach, Jalen Ramsey, Darius Slay, obviously here in your back end. Let's say for Jalen, I've heard you guys call him like a Swiss Army knife. He can do anything. What is he going to bring to the defense? For me, as a fan of watching, I love physical corners, and they obviously can play every position back there. But I love dudes that can get picks and are physical and not scared to tackle, and they seem to thrive in that role. And I feel like he's going to be very physical here.
There's no question, man. He brings a demeanor, man, that's contagious. His versatility, obviously, you guys will see today. But his attitude, his approach to business, man, his professionalism, this guy's as impressive in the classroom as he is on the grass, man. I've been blown away by his approach to the business.
That's awesome.
D-Bot has a question for you, Coach.
Yeah, Coach, you've been here obviously a very, very long time. We've all been in locker rooms, and now we're in the media now, and sometimes you'll say, oh, maybe that coach I've heard it now, maybe that the words are getting stale with the team. How do you keep it fresh? How do you evolve when you are the leader in the face of a franchise and standing in front of those guys for such a long time? Cam was here 15 years, TJ 9. How do you do that? That's a tough thing to do.
For me, I try not to focus on me, to be honest with you. My job is to be what they need me to be. And their needs are ever changing because of the makeup of the group changes, the places they are in their careers as individuals. And so for me, I probably avoid being stale, at least from my perception, just by simply focusing on being what they need me to be and working to meet their needs.
Gotcha.
Ty has a question for you, Coach.
Coach, Pat mentioned it a little bit earlier. What was that kind of recruiting process like with Rodgers? We've had him on the show several times, or, for the last several years, and he always talked about how much respect he had for you, and kind of we've seen the clips of you giving him that wry smile.
You guys winking at each other?
Calling the timeout when he was trying to maybe get you. But what was that recruiting process like?
It was kind of a bromance, you know what I mean? No, for me, man, I was just excited to get to know the guy on a personal level. And so that's how I viewed it. Man, we had some cool and interesting conversations about football, about life, about where he is in his career and what he was potentially looking for. I slow roasted it, if you will, man. I didn't try to microwave it because I didn't feel like that would be effective anyway. And so I just enjoyed getting to know him over the course of those conversations, and I just felt like if we did it consistently, and lay a nice foundation for our relationship when we started working together.
What are your expectations for him as a human? Did you lay all that out as a player, as a guy in the locker room? Do you have all those conversations? And why was Aaron the guy that you wanted for this particular team?
Just through our conversations, man, he expressed his desires, and they're in alignment with mine. And so those come to Jesus conversations weren't even necessary, man. He's here in a mindset that's aligned with us. He's here to win a world championship for this group. And he wants to impart wisdom and share his experiences with young players, man, and give back to the game. And so that's just a beautiful place to be, and those guys are good guys to work with.
We were on the plane earlier today flying in, high, just thinking about it all, Aaron, when he went to the Jets, we talked about this. Any legend that starts at a new place, a lot of brand new eyes watching you for the first time. Your practice habits, how you do in practice, how you go about operating, how you communicate. You got to reprove yourself. Aaron doing that for a first ballot Hall of Famer, I assume, is something that has driven him in these practices. For you too, though, with Aaron, is there a similar thought like, hey, this is Aaron's first time experiencing my shit as a head coach too? Because there's rarefied air that you two are breathing that not a lot of people in the history of football breathe.
I like the responsibility of having to deliver for him. You know what I mean? Just the energy and the charge I get for preparing messaging and things of that nature. But not only him, but guys like Jalen Ramsey and other veteran guys, man. I'm sensitive to the delivering of the message, man, and making sure they understand how we go about our business, the things we value, and how they can be a part of it.
Is there any shit he's done yet that make you go, oh, okay, yeah, that's the Aaron Rodgers, that's the guy? Is there any of that?
Hey, I like the no-look passes, man. We've seen a couple of those just about every day. But, man, the way he interacts with the defensive leadership, man, the way he competes with them and challenges them, it's a breath of fresh air, man. We just feel like we're going to be positioned to be really good because of that iron on iron, that competitive spirit, the things that are happening day to day, man, and he's a central part of that.
On that note, Tone has a question for you.
Yeah, Coach, with all due respect to everyone who has played quarterback since 7, they're a Steeler, so we love them forever. But does it feel different when you look across and you see 8? Kaboli said this is the most crowded it's been in the last 15 years here, it felt like to him. But, so it feels different to the fans. Does it feel different to you when you look over and you're like, okay, since Ben, that's Aaron Rodgers?
You're damn right it does. It feels pretty good, too.
Yeah, but
just the possibilities,
correct,
man. To have a guy like that, man, in your huddle, in your locker room, a part of your group, it certainly gives us all great confidence.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember one of every Hard Knocks was awesome.
Yes.
I want to let you know that. I think we talked about it while it was happening, about all the good shit that you were giving away for free, basically. We were hearing motivational speeches just being dropped, gems being dropped. People would write books with all of the one-liners that you were doing. Are we coming up with those still every single day? Is there new shit coming out? Is there more Tomlinisms? Or is it all basically like a pool that you kind of pull from, if that makes sense?
I don't chase it. It just kind of happens.
Of course. Yeah, there's one right there, by the way.
Yeah.
That is bar after bar after bar. I wish I got a chance to play for you. You told me in warm-ups, I'm going to get you when you're old and cheap.
Right, I did.
Did you have those conversations with Aaron, too, throughout his career?
I wish I had. I wish maybe I'd have got him sooner.
All right, have a great practice. We appreciate you. Congrats on all the success. These people love you, man.
Man, thank you guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, Coach Mike Tomlin. appreciate you so much. Thank you, Coach.
Great being with you guys.
You too, Coach. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck this year.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Coach.
Yo,
Thank you. Appreciate you, Coach.
Go Dahn.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's Coach Mike Tomlin.